This is my data. I want to create a data set. Now I'm writing data set name, data set name. Move. Since we have instance data, infile so infile data lines. Then I'm writing the next statement input. I want to have only one variable, which is a mobile number, and I want to have it as a character data, $, semicolon, so data lines. And finally, at the end of the data, I'm writing run statement. Can somebody tell me how many observations I'm going to get?
4, sir.
Anybody? How many observations?
Error, sir.
Why error?
Because semicolon.
4 observations, sir.
We have dollar symbol from mobile number.
For numeric data, we have given dollar symbol.
Each line has one observation.
So how many observations I will get?
12, I think.
12 observations.
We don't
Anybody?
get any observations, sir.
We don't get any observations. Why?
One observation.
Because colon is there with
Just give input.
character.
12 observations, sir.
So
With
error.
12 observations. You'll get error.
One
Not get any
observation.
No observation, sir.
because there is
We
a
should
special
put
character in
ALM
data.
columns.
According to our explanations in the previous classes, now I told you. Anyway, how many variables I have in the input statement?
Single one.
Only one variable. What is the variable name that we have? Mobile.
Mobile number.
Now it will start here. So I told you the rule is space or 8 characters, whichever comes first, it will stop there. Isn't it? Now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not a semicolon, this is colon. 5, 6, 7, 8. It will stop here. Name, colon, SRI will go to mobile number variable, and the remaining part will be ignored. I told you have more than 8 characters. What will happen in the remaining part? The remaining part will get ignored. Now it will go to the next line. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. City colon HYD will go to which variable line? Mobile number. It will go to the third line. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mobile length 1 will go to mobile number, and the remaining part will be ignored. So in each and every line, we have one value. That value will go to one variable mobile number. Now, if I execute this program, tell me how many observations I am going to have now? I will have 12 observations. Because mobile number is a character variable, it will read any data. If it is alphabets or numbers, special characters, because a character variable can read any kind of data. So I am getting 12 observations. But only problem is, by default, it can read only up to 8 characters. I'm getting only 8 characters. But when I execute this program, I do not want to have all the 12 observations. What I want to do, I want to capture only the mobile number. This one, I want to capture this one, and I want to have only this one. So I want to have only 4 observations. That too, I want to have only just mobile numbers. Now, in this scenario, what I'm going to do in the infile statement, Since we have in stream data, I am writing the data lines, and after that, I am going to use an option called Scanover. That means what this Scanover option will do, Scanover option will scan each and every record. For what purpose it should scan? Why it should scan? Now, in the input statement, before the variable name, I am writing @ symbol. Now, after that, now within the single or double quotations, I am writing exactly a string called mobile colon. Now, you know what this Scanover option will do? This Scanover option will scan. This Scanover option will scan each and every input record. Why it will scan now? It will scan each and every input record for the character string that we specified within the quotations after @ symbol. Now, if it is find that mobile colon anywhere, whatever the value that we have after that exactly mobile colon string, that value will go to into this variable. Now it is going to scan the first line. Do we have mobile colon in this line? No. It will omit that one. It will discard. Now it will go to the second line. Do you have mobile colon symbol here exactly? No. Now it will come to the third line. Do you have mobile colon here?
Yes.
Yes, exactly that we have mobile colon. Now whatever the value that we have after the mobile colon, now this value will go to into this variable. Again, it will go to, so it will read this value as first observation. Now it will go to the next line. Do we have mobile colon here? No. Next line, no mobile colon. Again, here we have a mobile colon. Now, after the exact mobile colon, whatever the value that we have, now this value will go as a second observation. In this way, now tell me how many observations we are going to have now? We are going to have 4 observations. Now, select the program and execute the program. We have a demo data set. Now, can you see how many observations we have? 4. But unfortunately, by default, we can get only 8 because I told you what the default length of a variable? 8. But we are going to have mobile numbers 10 digits, no?
Yes.
I want to get the complete data. So all the 10 digits. If you want to get all the 10 values, you know, we need to increase the length of the mobile number. By default, 8. Now, how to increase? By the how much I want to have? I want to have 10. If you want to have 10 in the input statement, mobile number variable name, since it's a character variable $symbol, of the $symbol, how much length you want to have? Read that length, and then you should keep dot symbol. Now, this 10 dot is nothing but the length of the mobile number. Now, that means the length of the mobile number is 10. Now, since we have enough length, now if I execute this program, now we are going to have all 4 mobile numbers, and we are going to have all the 10 digits. So now how we can define now Scanover? What the Scanover function will do? Scanover option will do. Scanover option scans each input record to the character string that we specified in the input statement. In the input statement, after @ symbol within quotations. Now, the value after the string will come into that variable. Understand this one, everybody? Now tell me what will happen if I specify city colon. Do you know what is going to happen with the city colon?
Only city data.
Only cities observations also.
Only city values will come into the data set, into that variable. Now, just imagine what is going to happen if I specify only colon symbol.
All the data.
All the data.
You'll get 12 observations.
observations.
You'll get 12 observations. You'll get the Srinivas, HYD, then data value. Again, Leena, Mumbai, this value, because of wherever we have the colon symbol, it will scan for the colon symbol. Whatever the value after the colon symbol that we have, that will come into this variable. So Scanover option scans each and every input record for the character string that we specified within the quotations after the symbol in the input statement. Now, whatever the value that we have, that after that value, so that value will go into that variable. So this is called Scanover option. Clear, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Now, on my desktop, I have a text file, new text document, and the text document that we have is sales one. Now, in the sales one document, I have information about 5 salespersons, 101. In January month, he did 13 cars sale in a showroom, and in February, he did 12 cars, March 10, April 15, May 20, June 25. And salesperson ID 102, he did 10, 9, 13, 17, 18, 21. 103, 25, 13, 28, 17, 15, and 29. And we have one more person, 104, 20, 15, 24, 31, 19, 15. I have 4 salespersons IDs and their January, Feb, March, April, May, June sales. I have this information in one text file. Okay. Now I have one more text file on my desktop. In this text file, I have sales 2 information. In this text file, I have like June, July, August, September sales information. Now 101. Sorry. And I'm writing, say, for example, 23, 19, 10, 16, 17 sales. Then we have a 20, 18, 14, 13, 29, 19, 20, 17, 25, 21. So this is the data I have. I have data in 2 different text files. I want to create a data set. Now, first of all, shift right click, copy as path. Now I'm writing a program. I'm writing, say, for example, data. I want to have a data set called sales, semicolon, infile, the path of the text file, semicolon, input. I'm writing salesperson ID, SID, Jan month sale, then Feb, then March, then April, May, and then I'm writing the June, semicolon. I'm writing the run statement. Now, if I select the program, execute the program, I have a sales data set. Now, can you see in the sales data set, I have sales information from January to June. Now, I have one more text file on my desktop. Here I have July, August, September, October, November sales. I want to get this information also into the data set. How to get this information? Give me 1 second. Yes. Now I want to get this data also. So if you want to get the data, now again, what I'm going to do? I will get the path of this text file, shift right click, copy as path. Now go to the program, Now I'm writing again in the same program. I have written one infile statement. Then after that, input statement. Again, in the same program, I will write one more infile statement. I will write the path of the second text file. Now, can you see? This is sales to text file. Now here, now I'm writing again input statement. I'm writing July, August, September, October, and I'm writing the number, semicolon. Now, if I select the program and execute the program, I am going to have a sales data set. Now, in sales data set, now can you see? This data is from the first text file, and this data is from the second text file. So that means what you can understand, we can capture the data from more than one file in one program. So one infile statement and one input statement for the text file, the second infile statement, and the second input statement. So now we can get the data from more than one file. And this is how we can write multiple infile statements. Clear, everybody? Is this clear, everyone?
Sir.
Yes, sir. So like that, how many times we can write the infile statement within the problem?
You can write n number of infile statements. And then immediately I should write input statement for that infile. If you have one more text file, now we can write one more infile statement and the path of the text file, and then you should write one more input statement.
Sir, is it only applicable for text files, sir?
Only text file. Clear?
Please.
Now,
Yes.
on my desktop, I have a SAS folder. In that, I have a SAS data folder. In that, I have a demo1 text file. I want to create a data set from this one. Shift right click, copy as path, go to the program. Now writing a program. Data, emp, infile, path of the text file, then input the variable names. I want to have emp ID, name $symbol, is sex $symbol, salary, location $symbol, semicolon, run. You know, after a few minutes, I want to create one more data set from the same demo1 text file. But this time, I want to have a different data set. I'm writing data. I want to have a data set named sal. And again, I'm writing infile statement. So, you know, I might have done so many things in between. Again, what I should do, I should go to the text file and I should copy the path again. Now go to the program and again, infile, you should write the path of the text file. Then I'm going to write input. So this time I want to have an ID number, the same text file, but this time I want to have a name $symbol. Then I want to have EMP is, then I want to have a gender $symbol, then I want to have an income, and after that I want to have address, text, you know, text data, so $symbol, semicolon, run. After a few minutes, maybe after 1 hour, I want to create again one more data set from the same demo1 text file. Again, what should I do? I should get the path. You know, from the same text file, today I want to create 10 different data sets. So every time I should go there and you should get the path. Now, so that means I'm going to access this demo1 text file very regularly. Now, in that scenario, instead of going to the file location, getting the path every time, what I will do, I will create a shortcut. I will create a file shortcut. Now, how to create a file shortcut? How to create a file shortcut? If you want to create a file shortcut, we are going to write a statement called file name. Remember in the previous classes, we were in the libname statement. Why we read the libname statement?
To create the library.
Create a user-defined user-defined temporary library. So in the same way, we can also write a file name. So you should write the file name, and after that, you should give at least one space. Now you can give any reference name. The reference name should be less than or equal to 8 characters. I'm giving the reference name as a demo. Now we should give the path of the text file. And you should keep a semicolon. You no need to write a run statement also because it is a global statement. Once I'm selecting this one, if I execute the program, you know what is going to happen now? We are going to have a file shortcut called demo. Now, whenever you want to create a data set now again, every time you know it read the complete path. Okay, you know it read the path. So in the infile statement, now you can read simply the shortcut. What is the shortcut we created? What is the reference we created? Demo.
Demo.
Say I'm writing the demo. Now, if I select this program, if I execute a program, I am going to have a salary data set. Now, can you see? I have the data. Now, even I want to create a salary data set. I want to create, say, for example, EMP data set. For the EMP data sets, also the path is same, the file is same, right? Now, you know the entire path now onwards. What I can write now? Simply, I can write the demo. Now select the program, execute it. Now we are going to have EMP data set. And here also we are going to have the same data, but with the different variables. Okay?
Sir, where this
Sir, view also is the same, sir. View.
No. It is just a dummy shortcut. View is going to have the query. Somebody asked where you can see the shortcut. You know, can you see here? I told you in the Explorer window, we can find 4 folders, libraries, file shortcut, favorite folder, this PC. Now see, if I click on the file shortcut, here we have the shortcut.
Okay, sir.
And somebody asked you what is the difference between shortcut and view. View is going to have available information and is also going to have necessary information. When you click on the view, it will go and open the source table. Now, another very important Excel sheet I'm using every day, discards. So for example, today, I want to use this Excel sheet for 10 times to create 10 different data sets. Tell me how to copy the path and you know how to use it every time. Shift, right click.
Right click,
Copy
copy
the
as
path.
well.
No, you know, since I want to create 10 times, why should I copy the path 10 times? I want to create a shortcut. Now I'm writing file name, file shortcut. I want to create a shortcut Srini, then path of the Excel sheet. Now execute this one line. What is the shortcut we are going to have now? Srini. Now I want to import this one. If you want to import, what is the program we will write now? Proc import. What is the next option you will write?
Data file.
Now, data file is equal to, you no need to write the complete path now. What you can write simply? You can write.
Srini.
Then out is equal to data set name. I want to have a cars. Then DBMS is equal to XLS. If you want to have a replace option, semicolon 1. That means if you create a file shortcut for the entire session, you can use the shortcut whenever you want to have. Now, say,
So
if
can
you go
we
to work,
save this shortcut for permanent?
No, you cannot. No, you can create a shortcut for that session. If I close the session, reopen the session, the shortcut will be get deleted. Okay? So you can write this file reference not only for Excel sheets and text files. You can create a shortcut for any file, CSV file or a PDF file in future, Word document, for whatever the file you want to use, you can create a shortcut. How to create a file shortcut? What is the syntax for file shortcut?
File name.
File name.
You should write the file name and then file reference name. We call it a file reference name and then path of the file.
Semicolon.
And simply semicolon. That's it. This is how we create a file shortcut. Clear, everybody? Okay. So these are the important options that we have in the infile statement. Now,
Sir,
yes.
hello.
Yeah.
Sir, can you explain one thing in Scanover? Hello.
Yes. Scanner option will read particularly. 1 second. Okay. Somebody asked me, can you please explain one more time? Scanover. I have data like this one. I have IP addresses. I do not want to have all the text. I want to have just IP address. Okay. Now data. I want to have IP. In file, since we have in stream data, I'm writing the data lines. Then I'm writing the input. I want to have variable name IP address. And I want to have it a character variable. Now I am writing the data lines. I want to have only this part, this one. And I want to have only this one. And I want to have only this one. And generally you will have like this one. No? Anyway, so then what should I do? How to get this only this data? Now, in the infile statement, I will use an option called Scanover. In the input statement, now I will add the @ symbol. Now within the quotations, what I'm going to write now? I am going to write, HTTP :symbol. This is my common value. And by the way, by default, IP address length is going to be only 8. But 8 is not.
You mentioned 3 times, sir.
What is that?
HTTP.
TT double time, triple time, what is sir?
Yeah, sorry. So by default, that IP address variable length is going to be only 8. But I require maybe more than that. Maybe I want to have it 25. Now I'm writing 25 dot. Now if I select the program, execute the program, in the work library, we are going to have IP data set. Can you see what data I'm having now? I will not get the whatever the data that we have before that. I don't want to have that entire thing. I want to have only this part. So what is the commonality for all the three? HTTP : So now the scanner is going to scan for that record. If you have a value like this one, whatever the value that we have after that one, now this value will go into this variable. Clear, Renuka?
Yes,
Sir, the
yes,
function of Scanover is the same as a keep.
No. Keep is going to keep the variables.
Okay, sir.
So just run it now. Once.
Didn't check the data. Here we have the data. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And after this one, not so important, but this comes under infile statement. I'll explain these variables, and we call it as an automatic variables. And what are the automatic variables that we have? What do you mean by automatic variables? We'll see in a minute. By the way, on my desktop, I have a SAS folder. In that, I have SAS data folder again. In that, I have, a demo1 text file. Shift right click, copy as path. Now go to the program. I want to create a data set. And by the way, whatever the shortcut we created a few minutes back, you cannot find that one because I closed the session and reopened the session. So you cannot find those shortcuts because I told you those shortcuts is going to, allow for only for that session. Now I want to create a data set now. I am writing now data, the data set name EMP, in file, the path of the text file, and then I'm writing input. I want to have variable names EMP ID, name $symbol, age, sex $symbol, salary, and location $symbol, semicolon run. Now, select this program, execute the program. We are going to have EMP dataset, and the EMP dataset is going to have 6 variables, and we are going to have 23 observations because we have 23 records in the EM demo1 text file. All the 23 records will come as a 23 observations. Okay? Clear this one? Now, this is okay. We are doing this every day. But in today's class, what I'm going to do in the infile statement, after writing the path before the semicolon, I'm writing an option called end is equal to. It is just like how we have written so far, scan over, miss over, flow over, like that one. Now I'm writing end is equal to variable. End is equal to. Now, after the is equal to symbol, you can write any name. Now, but whatever the letter or name that you have given after is equal to, with that name, in the backend, it will create an automatic variable. What do you mean by automatic variable? What do you mean by backend? So when we execute the program in the backend, so many things is going to get executed. So much is going to get happened. Now I will explain that what exactly happens in the backend. But in the backend, it will create now an automatic variable. When that will be get created? When you're writing in the infile statement, end is equal to option. Now, if I write x, with the name of x, it will create an automatic variable. But if I write y or k or a, whatever the name I have given, and if I give abc, with abc, in the backend, it will create a variable. Now, what is this variable? What values you can find in that variable? For simplification purpose, I am writing only x. So if I execute the program, in the backend, it will create a variable called x. By default, you cannot see that variable anywhere. You cannot see the variable in the data set, or you cannot see that variable in the log window also. Then how to see this one? Where we can see? If you want to see this automatic variable x, now we should write a new statement called put. Put statement will write the variable value in the log window. Now, which variable value you want to print in the log window? I want to print x variable value. Now I'm writing put x, semicolon. Now, this put statement will print the automatic variable x value in the log window. Now, I'm selecting this program, executing the program. Of course, we are going to have a data set, that is fine. But if I go to the log window, in the log window, now we can see this x variable value. Can you see what are the x variable values that we have? We have all zeros except the last one. Can you see what is the value that we have in the last line? 1. And what is this? When you write end is equal to option like this one, when you specify variable name in the backend with this name, it will create an automatic variable. This variable will have value either 0 or 1. When it is going to be 0 and when it is going to be 1, that is the question. The value will be 0 for all the observations except for the last observation. If you have a 23 observations, out of 23, the first 22 observations is going to have value 0, but the 23rd observation is going to have value 1. And this is called end is equal to variable. Now, what is the use of this one? In future, I'm going to use this condition to filter the data. Just imagine, I want to have in the EMP dataset only the last observation. I do not want to have any other observations. Okay, I want to have only the last observation. What is the x value for the last observation?
1.
Anybody? 1. Now, in the program, in future, we are going to write an if conditional statement if x is equal to 1. When we have x is equal to 1?
For the last.
Fine. Now, if I execute the program, now I will not get the 23 observations. I will get only the 23rd observation in the data set. Can you see this one? So, whenever you want to have only the last observation, now I am going to use this end is equal to variable.
So we can use OBS also, no?
We can use OBS, but if you want to use OBS, how do you know that that is the last observation or not? You have to write first OBS is equal to some 23, OBS is equal to 23, or otherwise you should write first OBS is equal to 23. But if you want to write 23, you should know that, right? How many observations we have. Here you no need to check. Simply create an automatic variable and use that automatic variable in a if conditional statement. You will get it. Now just imagine what will happen if at x is equal to 0. What will happen if at x is equal to 0?
All 22 variables.
All the variables except last.
Now I will get the first 22 observations except the last one. Isn't it? So now tell me how we can explain end is equal to. Now end is equal to, it is an infile statement option. After is equal to symbol, what you can write? You can write any variable name. Whatever the name that you have written, with that in the backend, it will create an automatic variable. What do you mean by automatic variable? That means which has been created in the backend only. You cannot see that variable in the data set. If you want to see that variable, we can see that in the log window. But if you want to see in the log window, what we should do? If you want to see in the log window, we should write that variable in the put statement. Now the put statement will print the values in the log window. Okay.
Sir,
So,
X value always be 0 and 1, sir.
Only 0 and 1. When it is going to be 0? It is going to be 0 for all the observations except for the last observation. For the last observation, that variable value will be 1. Now in future, if you want to have only, if you want to have only that observation, last observation, by using that 1 in a conditional statement, if conditional statement, we can filter the data.
So please run that x is equal to 0.
If x is equal to 0, tell me how many observations I'll get now?
22.
22.
I'll get 22 observations.
Sir, if we want the observation in the middle, then
If you want to get that one, you should use first OBS.
okay. So this is only used for the last observation.
Only for the last observation or the remaining observations. Okay.
23 వరకే పనిచేస్తుందా లేదంటే
No, it depends on your text file.
ఓకే
Okay.
Please write over there x is equal to 23.
You cannot write x is equal to either 1 or 0. That's it. What are the x variable values? What values we can find in the x variable? Either 1 or 0. Say for example, now if I write a program like this one, data, I'm creating a sales data set, sales 1. I'm writing this data set from this text file. Okay, sales 1. Do you know how many records we have in the sales 1? Check. 4 records. Okay, now I'm writing infile, the path of the text file. Then I'm writing input. I want to have SID, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June. Okay, while I'm creating this one, now after that path, before the semicolon, I'm writing end is equal to E. Tell me what is going to happen now? What is the macro automatic variable it will create now?
E.
E. But by default, you cannot see the E value in the log window. If you want to see the value, where we should write that variable?
Put is equal to E.
After input,
Put
put
E.
equals.
Now, what values we can find in the E variable now in the log window? Since we have a total 4 records, for the first 3 records, we are going to have a 0. For the last record, we are going to have 1. Can you see this one? Now, if you want to have only the last observation, now we can, what is the condition we can write now? If E is equal to 1. Now select the program, execute it. Now in the sales one, I will not get 4 observations. I will get only the last observation. Okay, but if you want to have the first 3 observations, what should I do?
0.
0.
is equal to 0. You'll get all except the last one. If you have 100 observations, you will get the first 99. Since I have here 4, I'll get the 3.
Sir, if equal to 0 and మనం మెన్షన్ చేయకపోతే ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో అన్ని అబ్జర్వేషన్స్ వస్తాయా సార్
You'll
ఎగ్జిక్యూట్
get all the observations. You get all the 4 observations. Oh my God, the system has been crashed. You get all the 4 observations.
ఈ వాల్యూస్ 0 and 1 అవి రెండు మాత్రమే ఉంటాయా సార్?
Only 1 and 0, that's it. For all the observations, the value will be 0 except the last observation value ఎంత ఉంటుంది?
1.
1. That's it. Understand this one, and is equal to variable?
It's like a binary number, sir, right?
Yes, binary. Yeah, all automatic variables are going to have binary numbers, 1s and 0s. That's it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now, again, I'm writing data. I want to have a data set named emp. Again, I'm writing infile, the path of the text file. Then I'm writing input. I want to have emp id, name $symbol, age, sex $symbol, salary, location $symbols, and equal and run. You know, now also, if I execute the program, what the data set I will have in the work library? EMP data set. And how many variables I'm going to have? 6 variables and 23 observations. Okay. Now, in the infile statement, after the path, I'm writing one more option called length is equal to x. You know what it will do now? It will create a variable called x in the backend. It will create an automatic variable. And I told you, if you want to check the automatic variable value, where we can see the value now? We can see in the log window. But if you want to see in the log window, what is the statement we should write?
Put statement.
Put statement. Very good. Now, in the program, I'm writing put x. Now, I'm executing the program. You will get the data set in the work library. That is fine. But if you go to the log window, now these are the values you can see. I will do one thing. I want to use not this one. I want to create this one for my usual demo1 text file. SAS data. This is the demo1. Shift right click, copy as path, go to the program. Now, if I go to the program, now in the log window, now this is how we have. Can you see what are the values we are having? In the first record, first line, we have 28, the second one 27, then 26, 29. What are these values? It shows the length of each and every input record. You know, this is my text file, demo1 text file. If I told you 101 will go to emp id. Of this space, Usha has gone to name, 29 to age, female is to gender, 34,000 to salary, HYD is going to location. After reading HYD, can you see the cursor is blinking? When the cursor is blinking, can you see on the right side down what is the column number I'm having here? 29. So that is the last column number. But what is the starting column for the first record? If I keep my cursor before the 101, what is the column number that we have? 1. Now, what is the length of this record? The length of the record is 29 minus 1. 29 minus 1 is equal to, what is the length that we have now? 28. That is this here. If you go to the second record, if I keep my cursor at the end of the Pune, now can you see what the cursor number I'm getting now here? Column number? 28. And the starting column is? 1. 28 minus 1 is equal to, what is the length of the second record now?
27.
The length of the second record is 27. So the length is equal to, will create an automatic variable. The value of this variable is the length of each and every input record. So what is the length of the record? Last column minus the first column. That is the length. Understand everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now, this time I am writing the same program, but Instead of length is equal to, I am writing an option called line is equal to. Okay. Now, what is the variable I'm creating? Line is equal to X.
X.
It is also automatic variable. I want to see this variable value in the log window, so I'm writing put X. Now I'm selecting the program, executing the program. If you go to the log window, now this is the X value. Can you see what are the values that we have for X variable?
1.
1. And what is this one? Okay, this one is nothing but, I will tell you, this is my input data, input data. This is the program that what we have written. Okay. This is the program we have written. Now this is our text file. Now in the input statement, can you see in the program how many variables we have?
6 variables.
6. Now, so it is going to start from here in the backend. 101 will go to which variable? EMP ID. Usha, name. 29, age, female into sex. 34,000 into salary, and HYD into location. That means this first record has become one observation in the data set. This second record has become ante ఒక్కొక్క observation కి ఎన్ని records use అవుతున్నాయండి? How many records are getting utilized for each observation? One record. So one record is becoming one observation. Now, what I'm doing is I'm writing 101 Usha in one line, 29 female in a second line, 34,000 Hyderabad into third line. Now tell me, and I'm writing 102 into one line, Kiran into one line, 33 into one line, male into one line, 49,000 in one line, Pune into one line. And then I'm writing, 103 Ramu, 39 in one line, male 45,000 Chennai in one more line. Tell me, to create the first observation, how many records are getting utilized? Now we'll see that one. 101 into EMPID. Then Usha will go to
Name.
Do we have a age value here?
No.
In the first, no. What it will do now?
It will not.
It will jump into the next line. Why it will jump into the next line? Because by default, what is the option we are going to have? By default, we are going to have an option called flow. That is the default. So that's why now it will jump into the next line. 29 will go to age, female will go to sex. Now, do we have a salary value here?
No.
Again, it will jump into the next line. 34,000 will go to salary, HYD will go to location. Now tell me, to create first observation, how many records has been utilized? 3. What about the second observation? How many records are utilized for the second observation now?
5.
6. Now, what about the third observation? How many records are utilized for the third observation?
2.
What about the fourth observation?
1.
The fourth observation onwards, it is only 1. Now say I'm closing the text file. Now, if I execute the program, we are going to have an X variable. If I go to the log window, now this is the situation. Now, can you see what is the first value that we have?
362.
That means 3 records utilized to create first observation. 6 lines has been utilized for the second record, second observation. 2 lines for the third observation, but from the fourth observation, one record has become one observation. So that means what is this line is equal to option will do? Line is equal to option will tell you how many records is utilized to create one observation. Understand this one?
Why it is not 0, sir? Last observation.
No, for the last observation, it is using one record, no? But each record is using one. So if I go to the log window, it is going to be only one. So tell me, to create 23rd observation, how many records to utilize now? 23rd record create out and any lines use out?
1 line.
One line. So the value will be 1. When it is going to be 0, when you're writing end is equal to variable. End is equal to option రాసినప్పుడు for that automatic variable, for the 23rd observation, the value will be 0. For the remaining 22 observation, the value will be 1. Only that is for end is equal to. This is another option called line is equal to. It will tell you how many lines are utilized for each record. Okay.
So can you explain it once?
I'm writing line is equal to a variable called L. So what is the automatic variable it will create in the backend now? L. I want to check the value. If you want to see the value, you can see in the log window. But if you want to see in the log window, in which statement you should write that variable? Put statement. Now L values will print in the log window. If I go to the log window, these are the values you can see. Now how we can interpret this? What are these values? That means in the text file, the first 3 records has become one observation. Can you say what is the first value that we have? 3. Because why it is 3? Because in the text file, these 3 records are become how many observations? 1 observation. Because in the program, we have 6 variables. But in the first line, I have value for only 2 variables. In the second line, value for next 2 variables. In the third line, we have value for the next 2 variables. So now these 3 lines has become 1 observation. Now to create a second observation, how many lines are utilized?
6.
6 lines.
Sir.
That's why in the log window, in the second value that we have 6. Now to create the third observation, how many lines utilized?
2.
2. That's why the third is 2. From the fourth observation onwards, 1 line has become 1 observation. Because in each line, we have 6 values. That's why from the fourth observation onwards, we have 1. Understand this?
Sir,
one?
if we use x is equal to 1, then we will get all 1-line observations in that
Yes,
data set.
you'll get all that 1-line observations. If you write x is equal to 1.
In that same case, length also, if for example 28 is the length of the observation, if we use 28, if x is equal to 28, we will get that only observation.
Yes. If I write x greater than 28, greater than or equal to 28, you know what will happen now? I will get all
We'll
the
get all those
observations when we have greater than or equal to 28.
Okay.
Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if you write x equal to 0, then
You will not have 0 anywhere, no?
Hmm.
You won't get 0 because we need to have at least 1 line to create a data set, no?
Hmm.
There will be no 0 in this scenario.
Hmm.
Clear, everybody? So this is about infile statement. With this, we have completed infile statement. What is the next statement we have in the program?
input.
So, very good. Input. So in tomorrow's class, we'll see the input statement. Okay?
Sir, trunk over is there.
Now, I will explain trunk over later because you cannot understand right now. I will explain that one later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you.